Good afternoon. Welcome to Speed Gaming 3. We have another Zelda 1 randomizer race here in the Random Percent Tournament, and we got a real treat. It's always a treat when you get to watch a former world record holder play an NES game. I'm, of course, referring to Kingdahl, the former world record holder in NES hockey, which is why he has a hockey sprite. He's playing LackAttack24, who I'm told has also been known to hold some world records. I'm John Tabin. Leslie Pro 04 is joining me on comms. How are you doing this afternoon, Leslie?
Doing well, and this one's gonna be a treat because we have got ourselves a matchup featuring, well, Lack Attack still has a number of world records, to be fair, but he was beaten out earlier this year for the any percent no up in A category in this game by another former world record holder, RC Drone.
Yeah, Lack still holds like 6 of the records, but Kingdahl messaged me and asked me to do comms on this match, so I hope he got his money's worth there.
He's going to, because this is going to be a good one.
We should be starting any minute. They're readying up in the IRC, and they're off. This is random percent, so we have to figure out the rules as we go along. First of all, we're starting with the level 1 Triforce. We also have and we have a recorder as the white sword item. We have a sword and a white sword and a ladder in the inventory. We have the level 1 Triforce, and 3 and 4 if the first half of dungeons are shapes or first quest, and 2 and 5 if they are second quest.
Hey, want to go back and check the white sword item? The heart container on the coast.
Yep. Looks like that's exactly what Kingdahl's going to do. He picks up that heart container and immediately saves. Oh. Did he,
And we've got ourselves some hints. Well, at least the prices are shuffled, so that's nice. Yeah, very funny to the shopkeeper. I couldn't tell you what sprite that is off the top of my head, but we started this one with ladder.
Kind of surprised neither of them are checking that ladder right away. It's I mean, it's not guaranteed at 4 hearts, but it is sometimes possible to pick up the white sword item at 4 hearts. It seems like it would be worth checking, but both of them leaving it, I guess, until it's guaranteed, or at least higher odds.
Well, we got level 6, and that does not look like first quest, and I don't think it's second. I'm getting a shapes vibe.
I can't tell yet. I mean, that moat room has a bit of a second quest vibe, but I can't tell yet. He hasn't been far enough right for me to confirm that, or left rather. So when we get a map or some other indication, we will.
We could have a mixed or second quest overworld as a bomb spot 1 north of Vanilla start in first quest doesn't break in second, so that could be a sign of a mix. And the money's shuffled. Although that might still be... That might be too far right to be first quest. That's too many rooms to be first quest. Yeah, this is a shape 6.
Lack finds the any roads.
Seen better, seen worse.
Yeah, it has to be shapes. It goes too far left to be first quest and too far right to be second. So
hey, it's paper, and Lack's not interested.
white sword start So that Gliak rolled down a little bit. Plus Kingdahl started with the white sword, so beam strats from the door, making quick work of it. Lack finds level 2.
Now, the only way this has a drop-down staircase is if it's segmented, and we hope that's not the case.
It's fine with me if it's segmented. It might be a little inconvenient for the runners, and it's segmented for sure.
Hint. Ooh, we got a red candle for lacking too.
Always nice to find this early. Don't have to worry about tracking down a blue candle. Plus, it adds some add some offense. Can't bomb anywhere in here though. Probably those 3 rooms are the whole segment.
Possible. And that's going to take more 4 hearts for the white sword item, which bit of a... Well, at least your next heart pickup is a 50-50.
Yeah. Yeah, First Quest and Shapes 2 don't have... Shapes follows the logic of First Quest, basically. So if it's a random shape, Second Quest will only have floor items. So if there's a stair, it has to be a segment. Yeah, that's all we meant there.
Whoa, name that ink blot. I'd say that looks like some random county somewhere, but I wouldn't know where. Maybe even a town. Again, I don't know. But I'll go with what chat said. Toilet works for me. And that's the wand in level 6.
That is interesting.
That is also vanilla. Chat, you know what to do.
But we
have got.
But we've already seen the red candle on the floor in 2, so we know that's just a coincidence. We don't have vanilla item shuffle, which does happen in this tournament sometimes. But in this case, but from Kingdahl's perspective, he's thinking we might because he hasn't seen that red candle in 2. All he's seen is a item that lines up with vanilla.
And he just beat a Gliok for a Triforce.
Yeah. I don't think we saw a heart drop in there, unless.
No, it's
he's up to
right on top of him.
He's up to 5 hearts. Maybe he did, and I just missed it.
Lack was looking for a way out, but didn't find it in time.
And CCX makes a good point. He saw the recorder as the white sword item, so he knows it's item shuffle. Yeah. Squishy Wizrobes. Okay, Kingdahl did get a heart off the floor in 6, so heart shuffle might be off.
We shall see. I'm going to pay attention to see.
Yeah, I mean we've already seen a we've already seen the heart on the coast. So if there's an extra heart anywhere, not just in a basement, but already saw the floor item too. But there can't be another heart in the item shuffle unless heart shuffle's on. So you need that in the basement, then you got to start clearing rooms.
Ooh, we got nice cheap bombs at 7 rupees for a 4-pack.
Now, Dodongo dwells by the Lost Hills. Now, hints are randomized. That means they can be community, which they're not, because that one is phrased as a hint about the location of level 2. They can be, and level 2, wasn't level 2 by start? If I'm remembering right, then we have deceptive hints.
Yeah, so that one's going to be taken with a grain of salt, if that's the case.
Yeah, 2 wasn't... Chat saying 2 wasn't Lost Hills. I mean, maybe I just saw it wrong.
Yeah, it's possible.
Oh, they're saying he took the Annie road back to it. Okay. Yeah, Yeah, so what I was going to say is there is a chance of deceptive hints, in which case half of the hints are true and half of them are false. That can also be helpful hints. All of them are true. Mixed hints, some of them are true, some of them are jokes. And community, all of them are jokes, but we know it's not community because we've already seen at least a hint that's phrased itself.
Right, on top of that, name that ink blot for level 4. I'd say that looks like if a Lionel ever entered a boxing match, that's probably what it would look like.
Lack getting his recorder out of 6. And,
Wand.
Wand, sorry. He got something long and cylindrical, but he did not get the heart container that Kingdahl did. Now, Kingdahl's digging out level 4. Kingdahl's up to 9 keys already.
Which means he's probably going to find the any key. Wait, I think Heart Shuffle's straight up off here, because that heart that Kingdahl just got was just sitting there in the Gleeok's room.
Yeah, in its boss room vanilla spot. Have we been seeing? But we have. It's not item drops are shuffled though. We've already seen a Triforce and an NSU, so it's just a coincidence that that heart was in its vanilla spot. But nonetheless, yeah. At least from our perspective, you bet on Heart Shuffle being off because we've seen more than one heart on the floor, and they both been on Kingdahl's side. So Kingdahl's probably thinking Heart Shuffle probably off.
Lack bombing out the manhandler.
And Kingdahl up to 6 hearts, which means he can get that recorder. I think he wants to finish out level 4 first, but that's got to be his next move. Because there are 2 flags set to 50-50 in this tournament that can affect the recorder. One of them is recorded in new dungeons, or recorded to old dungeons. Old dungeons meaning the first quest vanilla dungeon locations. New dungeons meaning the dungeon locations that are actually in this seed. And the other flag is unbeaten. And if that's on, then the recorder will take you immediately to all the levels you don't have the Triforce piece on. And even if it's recorded to beaten with new dungeons on, that'll take you to some of the levels we haven't seen because they started with 3 Triforce pieces. So I'm sure as soon as Kingdahl's done routing this corner, he's going to make his way back there.
Based off those prices, and we're not going to see it on Lack's side, but it's a Pepsi night. Yeah,
for sure. Even if you would have to have a ton of money to prefer one less fanfare to an extra 23 rupees per potion.
Yep, level 2 is awesome. Yep, was in the Lost Hills, so it's helpful mixed deceptive, and we'll figure it out.
The only level, at least the one hint we've seen is true. So it's we don't know what the hints are. We just know they're not community.
Well, the room that took out Lack, he gets sweet revenge on, and he gets up to 5 hearts, which is a 50-50 for the recorder. Kingdahl can get it right now if he chose to, and he's going to check out this where this staircase pops him out in this segmented too.
Lack didn't take this staircase. Yeah, he's seen it. I think he wanted to finish the routing over here first. And 2 is not very big, so it's not crazy to dive it now. You can question the decision, but the thing is, if the recorder doesn't help, then he'd have to walk back up here anyway. So it's a gamble either way.
We got a book in level 2. It's not an atlas, and it sure as heck isn't a boomstick.
It's also not a heart. Heart Shuffle is on because Lack saw a red candle in this level already, and so Kingdahl finishes clearing Kingdahl never went up to that other room in the segment, but if he finishes clearing it, he's going to know the heart shovel's on pretty soon. Unfortunately, he didn't route that first, so he's going to check into... well, all right, it didn't take too much long. We'll see if he dips back in and gets his candle or not. So Lack trying out the recorder. Let's see where it goes. Ooh, this is a new dungeon. Well, let's see. Is it 1, 3, 4, or 4, or is it one of the Triforces he needs?
Gotta be unbeaten.
Yep. All right. So all right. It's also a straight second quest overworld because there's a fairy fountain. If in a mixed or overworld, that would be that would look like first quest level 5. So yeah, Kingdahl has to up an A and get that recorder ASAP. Every second he chooses to check out another cave is time lost.
Oh, that's nasty. Mugger room in the spiral. Leave your life for keys, and Lack is having a hard time choosing, but finally chooses the heart.
Kingdahl gets his blue candle out of the wood sword cave, which is funny. He didn't dig the red candle out of 2. So Kingdahl doesn't actually know that that heart shuffle's on because he only saw one item in 2.
There may be other instances where he could learn that bit of information. Of course, we got the red bubble curse because it's the second quest dungeon. Let's hope the longer our runners don't find out what that does, the better. That's a fairy drop from bombing out that manhead. Look, Kingdahl finding a take any on Death Mountain. And the take any does have extra candles.
I'm starting to wonder if Kingdahl forgot to track that recorder because it was on their start screen. He definitely saw it, but it's it's really hard to justify. Well, he found the Armos item. It's a magical boomerang, but.
Let's see where Lack's flying off to now. It's another level in the Dead Woods. What do we have this?
Should be 5. No, 8. I blew in the other direction. All right.
Oh, if not for that ladder, we would have found out what the red bubble curse was right there.
Yeah, you don't really want to know unless you know you can uncurse yourself immediately, which with some of the curses it's kind of tough. In case you're wondering what we're talking about, in the in vanilla second quest, the red bubbles take away your sword until you either touch a blue bubble or do one of several things, mostly the things that refill your hearts. Because they're swordless flag sets, the red bubbles and the randomizer do a few more things, and because this is random percent, those flags are in the mix. Lack finding a heart container in the basement, in one of the basements in 8. So the red bubble, they might take your sword away just like normal, or they might slow you down or reverse your D-pad controls. So those
reverse D-pad controls can be figured out. Getting slowed down, I think we're all feeling about the same that one individual did when he yelled at a Pokey to move faster and a Kaizo Mario ROM hack.
Now that heart drop is very interesting. I think we have removed most open staircases because that's a heart drop. That heart drop was in a position that's in a diamond in vanilla second quest 8, and it was replaced by a reverse C in the randomizer, which can only happen with the remove most open staircases flag. This is definitely a second quest 8. which is why Lack whistled down once and got to 7, and then down again and got to 8. Because the back half are going to be second quest dungeons, which means level 9 is going to be pretty small and relatively tame. So we got shapes for the first half, second quest for the back half.
That's no comment. Now, Lack getting hit by the blue bubble is a good thing, because that's not going to do anything to him, but that's the trick to getting off the red bubble curse right there. Hints. Does Kingdahl bite?
Creeps with the wand. We know that's true. We saw that already.
Yeah, old news game.
He grumbles with the raft. That one's true too. Kingdahl doesn't know it, but we do because Lack just pulled the raft out of 7.
Oh no! The red bubble curse is the slowdown variety. Oh, that's just awful.
And play a melody to obtain the raft is also true. We know that because Lack found that level under the recorder spot in the Deadwoods. Kingdahl has to remember that this recorder is the white sword item, he's falling behind. He's falling behind as every time he doesn't do that. He's finally up A and go into that cave. Get your recorder, man.
Get on with it. Oh, I do have to bring up something chat just brought up. That slow down bubble curse is a hindrance for even the most seasoned of Zelda 1 players. Because of that slowdown, you cannot block clip or screen scroll, which is just awful.
Yeah, the movement glitches depend on how fast Link moves, and I mean how many pixels he moves per frame, and that you change that, and those tricks don't work anymore. So and Lack gets grabbed. Not only are you slowed down and you move slower and you can't can't reach the blue bubble if it's too fast, then you also can't clip anywhere.
And we got the map for 8. I'd say name that Inkblot, but it is second quest 8, so that's the one half of the 7-8 spiral. With 7 being that other half.
Yeah, that's where Kingdahl is now.
Ooh, speaking of Kingdahl, didn't see what did it, but took a death in 7.
I got pinched by some darknet, so they're checking his map and deciding where to go, so...
Those bubbles do not make this situation any easier at all. And those flashing ropes are probably irritating to the eyes as they are to fight, because those are the super ropes. Boom! Perfect bomb drop.
Kingdahl gets his raft, which also tells him that every hint that he's seen is true. So we're thinking helpful hints right now. Of course, sometimes with the deceptive hints, you see all the helpful hints first, but every true hint makes helpful hints more likely. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it truly does, which is why I'm not sure how the hints are gonna be until, well, we see one that's either false or we see a joke hint somewhere about how Aquamentus is waiting with a caravan or something.
Yeah, none of the hints in the shop were community, so... I've actually seen in this tournament, I forget which race it was, but someone bought hints from a shop. They were all jokes, so you assume community hints on. But then it was just that the shop was randomly garbage. It was actually mixed.
Yeah, I think I might have been on call for that one, and Kingdahl's popped out on the wrong end of a second quest 9 shoot.
Yeah, that chute. I think that's the room that's in Vanilla Second Quest 9, which it's actually a push block, but the push block's on the other side of the chute. It's kind of a troll that you find late in the game, but it can shuffle into other dungeons in the randomizer, and it is effectively a one-way staircase, even though there's technically a push block in the room.
Yeah, it is, and that's also the only way to get to Ganon in Second Quest 9, memory serves.
People saying in chat they love Kingdahl's sprite. That ice hockey sprite was actually done by a guy named Nestrog, who actually has a tutorial on how to edit sprites that's in the D1R Discord if you want to go find that, if you're interested in that sort of thing.
And that turnstile room is a second quest room. And Rick's got the answer in chat. This is Lack's first main randomizer tournament for Zelda 1 Rando. He has done some other rando tournaments that are ongoing, including the ongoing SMZ3, but this is his first for this particular game.
Yeah, it's funny, the Z1R Rando is actually partly his idea. It was a conversation between him and Fred Coughlin that was the germ of the randomizer 5 or 6 years ago, and Lack played Rando a lot when it was new, but I don't think he's entered any of the tournaments until now. So,
no, if memory serving me, he was chasing down the records in the New Times, and I'm not sure why a melody was played in that room, but okay.
Select swap. he just swapped the wrong thing.
It happens to all of us. You select swap.
So, Lack gets the compass, gives him some direction to go to in this. These two dungeons they're in are inevitably, if 7, 8, 9 roll second quest, and you need the Triforces and or items out here. You often see a lot of time spent in this in these levels. And we'll see if Lack can get straight to that Triforce. It's looking good so far.
Well, the
Useless
first
meat
rule of Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club. The second rule of it is a meat block in a room where the doorway upward is redundant means it's a meat block that is not required.
Kingdahl finding the magical sword. So Lack saw a heart container and a I missed it, but our tracker marked the wooden boomerang in 8. I don't know if he saw both basements in the floor item or only 2 items in there.
Both runners in 5 at roughly the same time.
Yeah, I mean, Lack has the lead here just because he's already done 8, and that's going to be
that bomb upgrade is a cheap one, is an expensive one that does not pay out. Yeah.
Yeah, 111 for 2 bombs, not what you love to see. But what I was going to say is, even the trolliest shapes, 5 is not going to be a bigger dig than that 8. So Kingdahl does have. They look even on the Triforces because Kingdahl's done 2 and Lack hasn't. But Lack's already been in 2. He just chose to leave it behind instead of taking the transport. But we've gotten to the point where I think we've seen all the dungeons. We know what's next. We should probably talk about what's coming up in 9, we don't know if Ganon is required in this flag set. It is 50-50. So, if Ganon's not required, they can just walk into Zelda's room. If he is, they'll need the bow and the silver arrows to make Zelda's shutter unlock, to kill Ganon and make Zelda's shutter unlock. So, so if Ganon is required and the bow is somewhere other than in 9, which probably is, because it's 50-50 that silver arrows and red ring are going to be forced to 9, that could extend the length of the race. And chat pointing out 9 is not a dungeon you can whistle to, so they will have to do some exploration to find level 9. And Kingdahl's done a little bit more overworld exploration than Lax, so that might close the gap a little bit as well, just looking for 9, depending on how trolly the location is. Our runners did just get the power bracelet. Yeah,
both have the bracelet. As for level 9, we have not seen it as of yet.
No, but
so yes, I would agree. Bracelet's a good find. So is that compass by LackAttack, because now we basically have the ink blot in the nose of the dungeon, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, both runners have the. They both have the recorder, the power bracelet, and the ladder, which will get them access to every spot on a second quest overworld. It's just a matter of who routes there first.
So if
Returns in the Deadwoods is another true hint.
So there could be a hint out there that spills the beans on where level 9 is.
Yeah, if one of them walks in and sees near the desert as an entrance to death or something like that, that's going to give them a huge advantage. So keep your eyes out for that. I mean, assuming it's helpful, which we are assuming at this point.
You know, there was one race I saw earlier in this tournament where Zelda was blocked by a big dogger, and that was the requirement, not Ganon. Because of that, I'm waiting for a hint on Ganon not required seeds to say, play a melody to rescue the kidnapped. That would be hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, it's even possible for Ganon not to be required, but for a Goma block to be required, so you never know with these flags. And did they see a heart in the staircase in 5? I think they did, right?
Well, fire an arrow to save the kidnapped would be a bit of an interesting one, too. Ooh, 133! That is a big money seed for sure. Even with there just being 1.
Yeah, with the second quest overworld, there's only 1 big secret, not 3, so you love to see it be a very big secret. When it's a second quest overworld with like a 72 secret or something like that, can get a little tight.
At this pace, Lack might get to blue ring money, but I doubt he buys this. Lack finds level 1. Does he dig it out? Might be doing a keep pirouette. He's gonna check to see if maybe there's a bow here.
Yeah, it's a small dungeon. There are 3 items. Question in chat. The Saber Thierwolf match, they turned on some advanced flags that aren't on by default. Ooh, Lack finds the bow on the 4-in-1.
Bow in 1, and Lack has it.
Yeah, that's a big advantage. If Ganon's required, that could be decisive. But yeah, what I was going to say is the Thierwolf and Saber had a lot of the, by mutual agreement, had a lot of the advanced tabs set to 50-50 that are not set to 50-50 by default. Some of those will come into play in the later rounds of the tournament, but not just yet. Unless crazy people like Saber and Thierwolf are racing.
Yeah, they're both definitely qualify as crazy, because they are crazy good at this rant. Lack picking up the book as well as a bomb pack. That might have been inadvertent, but who knows.
Kingdahl is in level 1, but I didn't see him get the bow.
Nah, he made the turn that led away from it.
Yeah, if you find the bow, there's no more reason to be here. So he would have left because they started with the Triforce here. So if he saw the bow, I'm sure he would have left. There's the bow. And watch, he's not going to leave. He's going to prove me wrong. I guess there's a slight chance silvers could be here, so might pay off to look a little more.
And any key is here, but he finds it with 11 keys because the game knows.
Yeah, 11. A second quest level 9 is not going to eat up 11 keys. So even a second quest level 8 and level 9 isn't going to eat up 11 keys. But it's in front of you, might as well take it.
Yep, I mean, it is good. That will help with the mugger rooms. I mean, sure, it's only 2 keys, because it could be upwards of 5, but still, take advantages like that where you get them, and Lack finds the Wood Sword Cave and is like, I'm good. Still looking for that 9 on Lack's side. Meanwhile, Kingdahl's routing through a level 8 that can be pretty long, but pretty linear. Well, yeah, rather, it tends to be.
Yeah, in this case, they started with the ladder, so some of the blocks that might make it less linear are not in play. So there shouldn't be anything stopping them except for solid walls, which there sometimes are. But we know that the Triforce was somewhere in the upper left corner, if I remember right.
Lack sees what the Armos item is and passes. Lack purchasing wooden arrows, not a bad call in case a Goma gets in the way in 9.
Yeah, you don't want to have to find the silver arrows because you didn't buy the wood. If it's Ganon's not required, right? If it's just a Goma, wood arrows are good. And they can speed up pulse voice rooms as well. So
yeah, considerably, especially outside of 0 HP enemy flag.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but these are not 0 HP enemies we already know. So Kingdahl sees the wooden boomerang in 8.
Lack almost pushed for the Mags block, thinking it was first quest. Nope, second quest.
Yeah, I mean, you play so many mixed quest overworld seeds, sometimes it becomes hard to not push everything.
Now, worth noting that a second quest overworld has 10 recorder spots versus just the 1 that's in first quest. So that adds to the recorder's value considerably.
Yeah. Also some extra power bracelet spots, so that'll come into play.
Ladder was in 4, so we just saw that hit.
Well, Lack's gonna check this raft spot. You have a there.
Meanwhile, Lack's getting his money eaten away. So, my guess is he was looking for either a Silver's hint, or he was looking for a hint as to Level 9's whereabouts, which probably is in a dungeon. As we're at Second Quest Recorder Lake, which is another door repair that Lack is out of. And first quest state does not burn in second quest. Nice block clip to get to the cave there, which happened to be money.
Yeah, that's the second quest level 7 location. It's pretty trolly because the glitchless route, you can only open it from one side and enter from the other. So until we discovered block clips, that was a particularly hard place to find. Overworld hints can give you the region that a dungeon is in, so it would say something like the 9 hint would be entrance to death. So the ideal hint to find would be level near the desert or by a lake or in the Deadwoods or something is an entrance to death. So short answer is yes, but not specifically. Yeah.
Well, everybody gets one, and Lack is opting for a heart container.
I don't know. I feel like I thought I've seen stuff like that in Overworld, but maybe I'm wrong. It's happened before.
I hear ya. Then again, we've got 2 of the 10 recorder spots in the Gerudo Desert. Let's see, number 2 is it? Or no? Someone's saying that that we have their stapler. Sure.
Now, Kingdahl doesn't know this, but he's actually quite close to the Triforce. He's just on the wrong side of it. So you do have to approach from the top, as Lack did. Oh, that's right, and this heart container was on the floor, so...
Right now, we are on the hunt for level 9. Question is, how much overworld is left as you've hit Candle Row and still not much remaining?
Kingdahl taking the time to go into this basement and pick up a heart, he might be thinking magical sword, which he has seen. And it's not that far away from his current location, if I remember right. So he might loop past that before he begins his hunt for 9.
So the raft wasn't required as both were door repairs.
Yeah.
My brother is a recorder in the forest. That is a helpful hint, albeit of the old news variety.
Kingdahl's got the compass. He has the any key, he has the ladder. He's on the path now. It's he should get his and he's seen all the items in here, so Should be a pretty quick finish to this 8.
Well, he found the blue ring shop at first quest level 1, but nowhere near enough money for that one, Lack is, and I don't think he's gonna pick that up.
Yeah, I mean,
even if he had the money.
Yeah, I think the combat would have to be a lot nastier than the seed for him to consider that.
And we found level 3, but we don't need that at the moment. And that's a second quest only bomb spot. Or rather, first quest, excuse me. And we have Kingdahl getting all the Triforces. But no clue on where 9 is yet. What do we have left?
I don't think Lack checked the second quest exclusive river spots, so that's something to think about. I mean, Kingdahl has a lot that he hasn't checked, so...
Well, those river spots were checked. Second quest mags could be it, because that's a push block that is only in second quest. First quest is a dead end that's basically a rock formation looking like a... Kingdahl finds 9 first!
Oh, wow! Level 9 in the Deadwoods under...
And Lack's only 3 behind! Holy
Wow!
Folks, we got a race, folks!
This race just got extremely close, extremely fast.
I swear that was about a 3-second difference between the... And Kingdahl takes game 1 by going the right direction!
Snipe! Yeah, I mean, if Lack... I mean, that spot was very close to, like, the last levels they finished up. Lack just didn't get back to it until he circled the, until he circled the map.
And I think Lack was maybe a room away.
All right.
Oh my goodness, that ending!
So get your GGs on chat for Kingdahl finishing in first with a SRL time of 45:48. Our runners are going to take about 5 minutes, and then we're going to do game 2 right here on SpeedGaming 3. So don't go away.
Wow, that was just incredible, because Kingdahl was only in level 9 for about 25 seconds.
People asking, was that the closest ever? I mean, they entered level 9 at the same time, and Lack decided not to finish. But oh, Kingdahl's saying he didn't even he just went left. He didn't even have he may not have seen the recorder that was on their start screen. Yeah, Lack's comment couldn't find 9. Yeah, they yeah, Lack was 1 room away from finishing it. So if he Jacob, how did he not find 9? He it was in the second quest 100 secret in the Deadwoods. He routed in the other direction and got to it last, basically. And yeah, Kingdahl never checks the cave in the start screen. He's saying what he's saying in the IRC is the any road took him near start, and he saw on his tracker that he never checked the start screen. So that's why it took him so long to pick up the recorder. All right, we're gonna change up to the next episode, and we will be set for game 2 shortly.